Hello everyone, this is Sloth and Moose. No, Moose is not with me, and I'm just going to keep going with this commentary. That was actually a legit mess up right there. That wasn't like planned or anything. I've done that before, but this is just Sloth from Sloth and Moose yet again, as me and Moose just haven't been together lately to do this thing, so I'm keeping our channel active while we can't be together to do this. And when I mean not be together, I do mean we are not gay together, so in case y'all are wondering if me and Moose are gay, we are in fact not. So, the game today is going to be against the green Zerg player tmduhen or duhen or something like that, and against the blue Protoss CrowleyRush. So, here we go. Hopefully we'll see some pretty good play. This is Scrap Station, so you can have a quick expand for Zerg. It's pretty easy. And we do not have an Overlord being made. Maybe this is a screw up. I do not know, but he did go a 10 pull. So we got a 10 pull. Already very awkward gameplay from the Zerg player. Maybe we'll see a crazy build that he thought up in his mind, and early gas as well. So maybe we'll see early Baneling bust. I really hope so, or could in fact just see some early Zergling speed, or just insanely early Roach push. So we probably are going to see a very early push from tmduhen, seeing that he did go this 10 pull, which was very random in my opinion, finally getting his first Overlord out. And I was expecting him to expand to be at this high level rated replay, but anyway, we do have a pretty standard coming out for the Protoss. We have a gateway. Well, he got his pylon, gateway, and while that gateway was started making, he got his first gas. So mineral count, I don't know what he's going to be able to do with this early gas and early minerals. He did pump out 6 lings, so he is very early on this push, and this probe right here is going to scout this out very quickly, and hopefully he's going to be able to get a good wall in right here before all 6 of these Zerglings get up in there and start doing some damage. Probably chrono boost out this Zealot, I would think. Yeah, there he goes. So chrono boosting out that Zealot to hopefully try and hold off. Hopefully he can get 2 Zealots out by the time those 6 lings get there. Otherwise, he's going to be screwed. But I think as long as this Zealot sits right here and he does hold position, he'll be able to get that second Zealot out pretty easily, because this rush distance on this map is just ridiculously far. That probe is going to get away right there. So still, what's he doing now? Since he pumped that out, he does look like he's going to go ahead, and this is so random. He's supply blocked himself again. He's at 18 of 18 and just droned up there for a minute. I guess he might be hoping that this works, but maybe, I don't know what's going to happen right here, guys. And this, he does have this one Zealot out. He did get his second one, so I think he's pretty easily going to be able to hold this off. And right there, what's happening right now is these Zerglings are trying to do a run by on these Zealots while they're not blocking this little opening right here. And pretty good micro from each player, but it looks like this early pressure is not going to be tolerated by CrowleyRush. It's just going to be too easy, and he did get another pylon, so if this one gets broken down, oh, and he did get a good run by, so he's got 5 Zerglings going to be going up in the mineral line, and if he can take out, if he can single click some of these probes right here, hopefully he'll be able to catch back up in the harvester count. That's mainly the main thing you want to do if you do something like this, is you have to start taking out some of these harvesters, or you're just going to be behind. And this sentry being out now, it's going to be very tough for this Zerg player to do any kind of damage, because sentries are very, very good against lings. So, still just running these suckers around here, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do any damage at all. The sentry just cutting them off, picking off a little bit of Zergling at a time, and he can't even get out. He's completely walled in, these 5 Zerglings. So this early attack is going to take out absolutely nothing. Production tab, we do have 4 more Zerglings for the Zerg player. At this point, hopefully we'll see another, oh, and there's a Stalker too, so this is just going to be completely annihilated. Although we do have quite a few more Speedlings now. I did miss the Speedling, and 14 more Zerglings. And hopefully we'll see some really good control from this Zerg player, because if not, it's just not going to work for him. He is going ahead and getting Warp Gate technology and not chrono boosting out these gateways, but at this point it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully we'll get to see a really good Baneling bust, and that is exactly what I thought whenever I saw that early gas, is that Baneling bust. But he did get Zergling speed before he's going to be able to, before he got his Baneling nest down. And maybe all of these lings and all of these lings are going to be morphed into Banelings. So a really interesting build right here. If pretty much what he did, he forced the Protoss player to put up these pylons, And what that's going to allow him to do is to baneling bust this down, and maybe even take out all of these units, and then maybe get a few extra banelings up into this mineral line, and still continuing to pump out zerglings. And he's going to have once that baneling nest gets down, he's going to be able to morph in a ton of banelings. Right now, he can morph in 8, 9, 10 banelings if it gets up right now. So hopefully we'll see some down. We do have warp gate technology just finished for the Protoss player. He did have to kill his pylon so he could get his units out of here. And maybe this Protoss player is going to expand, but I think what he's doing honestly is looking for all these banelings that are morphing in right now. That's what he's doing. He's just scouting over there to see what's going on. And these banelings are going to get a good run by while these units aren't in the base. So going to take out, he's going to take out those, yes, this is going to be great. Great force fields there by the sentries, and another great force field. This is great control from the Protoss player, still doing a great job. These speedlings are going to put up a pretty good fight against these units right here, and these banelings just aren't doing much damage. He did get them to explode on the sentries, but I still don't think he's killed but maybe 1 or 2 units out of all this. And this is just amazing control with those force fields. That was great play, and he is going to run back in here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to take out this. Yeah, he's going to be able to take out that army, and 10 more zerglings being morphed in right now, and 2 zealots. So those zerglings, those early speedlings, just masked up right here, are doing a great job, and he's still he's on still like what, 8, about 15 or 16 harvesters this entire game, and he's just doing a really good job right now. And these force fields are going to do a great job against this Zerg player, and I would expect him to macro up. Go ahead, he's pretty heavy on the minerals now. He could probably spare 300 to go and get his expansion, which is what he's doing. Wow. I promise you guys I have not watched this replay. I've just been doing a lot of them lately and been expecting what's going on. So we're going to see a mass amount of drones coming out for the Zerg player because he feels he's got great map control, and honestly, I am with him. He's got a lot of speedlings, and what he's doing right now is forcing this Protoss player to just warp in a bunch of units. And the good thing about this is these Zerglings can run back to this base, can run all the way back over here so much faster than all these units can get across. So what that allows them to do is have map control and be able to pump out a bunch of units to deal with the large amount of units that are coming out for the Protoss player right now. So we do have the typical 4-gate, and he's going to get a forge that's just strictly going to be for upgrades. He has been fully saturated for quite some time, which doesn't really show it that much at this point because a lot of his units got taken out by that early baneling Zergling push that we saw a few minutes ago. Hopefully we'll see some better gameplay, and this hatchery is going to be almost down and really heavily saturated now. That's just the power of the Zerg macro, being able to inject with that queen a lot and having a lot of extra larvae. Just get so many drones out at one time if you want to. Expect him to throw another gas down, and I would expect him at this point, and he is getting his lair, I would expect him to go ahead and switch to Hydras. It could have been the game plan in the back of his mind to do this early push to force this player into the 4-gate build. And once a player's in the 4-gate build, if you're a Zerg player and you can switch to Hydras pretty comfortably, then you're going to do a really good job against the 4-gate because Hydras just mow it down so easily. So just continuing to pump out units is what the Protoss player is doing right now, and it looks like he is ready to push out. He is supply blocked, so he's going to push out with this force, and expect all these lings to move back and him to start getting out units. So all these lings are just going to run away, probably run to this El Naga. When they have to, even more, they're going to keep running back. But this is a pretty big push for this Protoss player right now, and the main thing that's going to help him against all these Zerglings are all of these Zealots right here. So I'll see if he's going to pump out units. Is he pumping out? He's pumping out a lot of Zerglings right now. And he might get banelings, but I wouldn't expect it too much against this army. It's not going to do that much, but and he is getting banelings. So take me back on that. It's going to do quite a bit of damage to those Zealots, and surprisingly, banelings are pretty darn good against sentries. So I got a feeling if the Protoss controls his units good enough, then he'll be able to pretty much mow down this entire army and go in here and win this game. But if he doesn't have good control against those banelings, he's just going to get annihilated. And it does look like we are going to see, he is getting on the creep, so he's getting a little bit ahead of himself, and he is doing a pretty good job with force fields, but these banelings are just taking out all these units, and the Protoss is going to come out on ahead pretty easily right here, which was really surprising to me. We aren't seeing any other tech, and I would expect him to move in on this expansion. No, he is going to go in on the main to look for any tech buildings, because pretty much as long as this Zerg player is stuck in these to these Zerglings, he's just going to be screwed, and he's going to lose his queen, which is going to be a big hit as well. I don't know if he's going to morph into banelings or if he's just going to stick with Zerglings right now. But I'm pretty sure this game is over, guys. And the 10 pool did not work. I guess he was just trying that build. But these Zerglings are just not going to make the cut against all these units right here. And even got 4 zealots left after, and they're just going to take out all those drones. But 4 zealots left after that, after all those banelings exploded, to have 4 zealots left. That was pretty good control. So we're going to see another spawning pool going down right here, and this is going to be it. It looks like, unless he can. I just don't see this going in the Zerg's favor, honestly, even with all these drones in here and Zerglings and so on and so forth. Not much left, and we're going to see a GG soon. So, oh, man, yep, took him out pretty easily. He got a good circle, so he got, like, not being able to get surrounded, individual units, so on and so forth. So, really appreciate you guys watching, and that just shows you how, if you hold off that early push against Zerg, how far it can push you ahead, because these minerals right here, 649 and 248, is just not what you want as a Zerg player. Your minerals and your gas want to be really, really low pretty much the entire game. But guys, that's it, and I appreciate y'all watching. See ya.